How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on chemotherapy. If it's your first time checking out my channel, thanks for stopping in. Please consider subscribing by clicking that subscribe button down at the bottom. And don't forget to click that little bell on the side so you can get notifications to when I post a new video. So let's say you've been around guns your entire life, or you've been shooting for a long time, and I'm talking like year after year after year. You know, things can get kind of boring. Let's take AR-15s for example, right? It just kind of looks like this big blur of AR-15-ish tactical stuff, right? There's only so many things you can do and put on an AR-15 until it just starts to look like a blob, right? Or even on the other side, polymer pistols, right? Some might have better sights, some might have better triggers, some might have better grip angles for some people that feel better for them, but for the most part, it's just polymer pistols. So when the chance comes up, when you see something that is so special, let's say 38 special, like this Colt Diamondback, you just gotta take a chance. Alright, let's have a close look at this 1971 Colt Diamondback chambered in 38 special. There we go. Also available in 22 LR, introduced in 1966. This is the polished nickel version. Man, look at this thing. Let's have a look at these grips. The checkering on this is outstanding. These are period correct from what I was reading. We can tell because it dips under the medallion, and the medallion is silver. Later versions are made out of gold. The ones made in China have like a big clunky piece of wood up here, so these are set to go. I want to show you two things. I'm going to pull back this hammer. Look at the grooves on this thing. Really aggressive, man. You can just yank that thing back and make sure you got that under your thumb. For sure you're going to get that. But the two things I wanted to show you. Number one, the external firing pin that is not available in any modern revolver that I've seen, like the ones that are coming out now. Because of safety reasons, they're all internal. And the absence of a frame lock, which, guys, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen revolvers come out nowadays. They're absolutely stunning, but you got that frame lock on there and it just absolutely scars the look of the revolver. I just hate that. So I'm glad that this is a nice clean flow from the barrel all the way to the hammer. So well done there. So we got the sights up here. These are target sights. They're adjustable for elevation here. Windage screws on that side right there. Let's have a close look at the sight picture. Nice little orange ramp down there. And I'm going to open this up so you guys can see just how great of a condition this thing is. So Colts pull back this way, unlike the Smith & Wessons, they push forward. But have a look at this. Look at that. Right back in there. Just mint condition. I'm going to kind of swing it around so you guys can see right in that area, around to the forcing cone on this side. Just clean, good shooter. Right up here in this area. Look at the shine coming out that top strap area right there. Just nice. I'm going to have to clean this really good so the next person can enjoy it. The other things I like about this are the full-length underlug. I just hate it when revolvers have like a halfway underlug. This, I think, makes a revolver look really sexy. And, of course, the vented ribs on the top. That is it. That's beautiful. Now, 38 Special can only shoot 38 Special. It's a smaller frame. This is on Colt's D frame. If you wanted to step up to the Python, that'll handle 357 Magnum. Like the Taurus we're going to be comparing against, you can kind of see here that the size difference in the frame is just gigantic. Now, I got the hammer pulled back here so you can see that the newer revolvers don't have an external firing pin. And I got lucky to get it just before the frame locks started appearing on them. Now, the thing I also wanted to show you here is I'm going to hold back on the hammer, step down on this trigger just to show you what the lockup on the cylinder is here. You can see that there is a little bit of play in there. Now, I'm going to bring back the Diamondback here. Remember, this is made in an age where the craftsmanship was at a high level. This is one of the 7 deadly snake guns that they made, right? You got the Python, the Diamondback, the Boa, the Viper, the King Cobra. A whole bunch of them are out there, but I just want to show you the difference here. I'm going to pull it back, step on the trigger again. Look at that. There's not even a millimeter of wiggle in that cylinder. And that in turn is supposed to translate into more of an accurate pistol when there's no play in that cylinder. So let me get the Taurus back in here, show you the frame size difference again in here. So we're going to be comparing these two. This is going to be heavier in weight, but what I'm more interested in is what the trigger weight is going to be on both of these. So let's peel back a little bit. I'll get the scale out and we can measure what they're both going to come in at. Alright, got the scale out, but I already know that this guy right here, the Taurus, is going to be heavier because it's a 357 pistol. I'm going to call that 2 pounds, 4 ounces. This should be substantially lighter because it can only shoot 38 Special. And there you have it. Let's have a look at trigger pull. Alright, starting off with the Taurus, double action. Let's give it a good pull here. Got that 11. Whew. All right, here is the second pull for the Taurus. Right about 11 again. And here is the last pull for the Taurus. Right about 11 pounds for the double action on the Taurus. All right, here is the first single action pull on the Taurus. And that's coming in at about 3 pounds, 6 ounces. All right, here is the second trigger pull, single action on the Taurus. And still kind of floating around 3. All right, this will be the last pull, single action on the Taurus. Yeah, pretty consistent, right around that 3 pound range. Okay, here is the first trigger pull on the Colt Diamondback, double action. 11. Okay, here is the second trigger pull on the Colt. Yeah, right around 11 again. Let's go for the last one. Third and last trigger pull, double action, Colt. Yep, right around 11 again. All right, here's the first pull on single action on the Colt. Ooh, 6 pounds. That's a little bit heavy. Here is the second trigger pull, single action on the Colt. Yep, that's hanging right around that 6 pound range. Let's do one more. All right, here is that third and final trigger pull on the Colt single action. Yeah, right around that 6 pound range. Wow, that is crazy. So what we're seeing here is that the double action on both of these is around 11 pounds. The single action on the Taurus, guys, this is a $350 gun. This is an $1,800 gun, roughly around in that area. The single action is around 3, maybe 4 pounds on this guy. This one's hanging right around 6 pounds. That's staggering. Well, let's see how they do on the range. First picture is the Taurus at 25 yards. I had a really tight group going there. These are all off of a rest, but even off of a rest, if your fundamentals go out the window, then you get sloppy results like this. I don't know what happened. Either there was some lightning in the distance, I had dust in my eyes, I don't know, but that's what the Taurus did at 25 yards. Here's the Diamondback at 25 yards. Really respectable. For me, that's good shooting at 25 yards on a ridiculously stormy day, but I just want to say this. This is a $350 revolver that I bought in 2013 versus a legendary snake gun from Colt. Needless to say, it is built, this is the best revolver I have gripped in my entire shooting career. It's got a superior build. But when I did that single action pull and it came back at 6 pounds versus the Taurus 3 pounds, I was titanically disappointed, and I knew already that I was going to have problems at 50 yards because when you stretch it out, here's what the Taurus did at 50 yards. That's pretty good. Here's what the Diamondback does. When you're getting it out to 50 yards, you got to stay extra steady, and with the Taurus, you give it a quick tap with the 3 pound trigger, it goes down range, it gets to where it needs to go, and you're fine. But I was having to just spend a little bit more time gripping onto that Diamondback, making sure to stay steady, and I just couldn't get it to settle down. So, what are my conclusions? So what's the bottom line? Is it worth paying $1,800 for a Colt Diamondback, right? We've already seen that it's got a pretty heavy single action trigger that can affect accuracy. It's old, it's expensive. Is it worth it? My answer? Absolutely. This represents Colt at its finest. They were producing really high-level revolvers, right? You got your Pythons out there and all those other snake guns. It's still got awesome build quality, and in today's marketplace, they're very, very hard to find. So is it worth paying more? Absolutely. Now, if you're approaching it from a standpoint where, hey, it's got the Colt reputation, it's supposed to have a better trigger and action, it's more expensive, it's going to shoot straighter, then you're not looking at it right, because there are tons of other revolvers in the marketplace from Colt, from Smith & Wesson, from Ruger, from Rossi, from EAA, you name it. They've got less expensive revolvers that are just as accurate and just as reliable for a lot less. So I'll leave it up to you which way you want to go. It is a beautiful pistol. If you can get a snake gun in your hands, I would recommend shooting it if the person will let you do it. If not, just buy one like I did and try it out. You won't waste your time. So guys, that's the ending of this video. I hope you found that useful. If you like it, please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And remember, I'll catch you guys later.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.